Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Suburban Rifleman. This is going to be a short video, and I know I always say that, and a lot of times it doesn't turn out to be a short video, but I have limited time, I got limited resources, and I'm here to, when I say resource, I'm talking about ammunition. I've only got 30 rounds of ammo here, and I'm mostly here to function test this rifle, and I apologize for any wind noise. I think I have the microphone set away from the wind, but it is breezy out here. So it's Sunday. I came here this morning and the range was shut down for an archery match, so they had a walking match where people were using even the rifle range. So the range was closed till 2 o'clock, but I decided since my wife is taking a little nap, I would come out here and at least function fire this rifle. I've had this AR10 completely assembled now for about 3 or 4 weeks, and I just have not had a chance to get out and shoot it. So I'm going to do a much more in-depth video in the future. I'm just going to go over it quickly, stem to stern, so you know what you're looking at here. I've got a silencer I think it's an ASR or MSR or something like that, suppressor mount on the front, which is also a muzzle brake. I've got a Ballistic Advantage 16-inch barrel in here. It's called the Government Combat Profile or Tactical Government Profile, something like that. AIM Sports handguard, which actually seems pretty nice, but I thought it was made in the United States. AIM Sports makes 2 different versions of this same exact handguard. One made in the US, the other made in China. And I got this really cheap. I thought because it was, well, it was discontinued. And I got it on clearance because it had key mod attachments. But it was also very cheap because it's not the American-made version. It's the Chinese-made version. But actually, it mounted up very well. Seems to be good. I don't really like using Chinese aluminum parts if I can avoid it. But such is the situation of things. I've got a Ballistic Advantage upper. This was made from an Aero Precision forging. For those of you who don't know, Aero Precision and Ballistic Advantage are 2 companies that are under the umbrella of the same parent company. So I don't know if this was made completely by Aero Precision and then Ballistic Advantage just put their trademark on it, or if Ballistic Advantage actually does some machining and finishing to finish these upper receivers off. The lower is 100% Aero Precision. The trigger is a single-stage combat trigger. It was a little gritty when I got it, but I took the lower off and I sat and watched a movie and just went through like 2,000 dry fire cycles. Click, 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 click. If you're doing that, be careful not to let the hammer go forward. You got to catch it with your thumb, which is good because then you can immediately recock the hammer. Here goes the wind again. It's a beautiful day, but just really, really windy. So anyway, sitting on my couch with just the lower, watching a movie, I think I went through 1,000, maybe 2,000 dry fire cycles, and the trigger is actually pretty nice now. And I have a nickel boron plated bolt carrier group. This one head spaces perfectly for 7.62 by 51 NATO. I have a second bolt carrier group I already explained. I ordered one. The Postal Service lost it. I ordered another one, and they both showed up on the same day. Ironically, the other one head spaces perfectly for 308. This one head spaces perfectly for 7.62 by 51. And I am, in fact, shooting 7.62 by 51. And the wind again. Good thing about these amplified hearing protection is the mics in here pick up the wind just like the mic in my phone, so I know when there's too much wind noise. So this is German manufactured 7.62 by 51. It has a DAG head stamp, so it's made by Dynamit Nobel in Germany. It was made in October of, I thought it was made in October of 1985. It's actually made in October of 1965. So this is pretty old ammo, but it's very good quality. And then lastly, we're going to be using some brand new C products, Duramags. These are stainless steel body. I think they're black nitride coated, plastic follower. These are brand new. This one I haven't even taken out of the package yet. I will do that. I've had nothing but good luck with C Products mags in the past. I don't know. That may not be everybody's experience, but I've had very good luck with C Products mags. So I just have an 8-inch steel gong set up, and I have it set up at 200 yards. And although this scope was zeroed on another AR, I've never fired this rifle before, and I don't know if it's going to work. And I will go into detail about why it's difficult to build a functional AR-10 in the future, but this ain't that video. So I'm going to load 5 rounds. Everything's been assembled correctly, torqued to the correct torque specifications, and everything's clean, everything's lubricated. The one thing is, Ballistic's Advantage barrels are notoriously often undergassed. So we'll see how this goes. Of course, I used a suppressor mount on here. 3, 4, 5. Ultimately, I intend to put a Silencer Co. suppressor on here. So if we're a little bit undergassed, that's probably better than it being a little bit overgassed. So here goes nothing. Take out my chamber flag. This is it. First 5 shots out of the AR-10. Let's see if she runs. This is a pretty aggressive muzzle brake, so we might get some cool muzzle flash out of this. Oh, and this is the Magpul MOE precision rifle stock. It's mostly like other MOE stocks, except it has this little bag rider on the bottom. I don't have a proper squeeze bag here, but this seems to be working fairly well. All right, here we go. First shot out of the AR-10. And it cycled. All right, I think I shot a little off to the right. Let me try this again. I kind of blinked on that one. That's promising. So I hit steel on my second shot without ever having sighted the scope in for this rifle. So that's good. Let's see if we can duplicate that. That was a little high. The thing I hate about collapsible stocks. That one was a little bit high, I think. Let me try aiming a little bit lower. Oh, I like that. I like that. Let's try it again. Those are 2 shots stacked at 200 yards, so pretty happy, and so far, so good. She's running all right. Well, that broke my stacked shot group, but not too bad. Oh, that's 5. Hit the plate 3 out of 5, not too bad. And so far she's functioning as she's supposed to. Okay. It's a little bit bigger group than I was hoping for. It seems tight. Try this again. I'm not making any adjustments though. And this is a Nikon P Tactical 3 to 9x40. I got it cranked all the way up to 9 power. For a scope with only a 1-inch tube, and it's kind of old school, with just a MRAD reticle in it, pretty decent little scope. It's definitely shooting a little bit high. And I'm not going to mess with the scope. I'll just use the sub-tensions in the reticle here. These 7.62, I'll bring another camera out next time and show the steel plate. These 7.62 rounds are really flopping that little 8-inch AR500 gong around. Okay, that was a little left. I need to aim at the bottom right corner. Yeah, let's load up a few more. How's my barrel feel so far? Not terribly warm. Got a bunch of 7.62 by 54 in this box too, but I don't think that'll help me out at all. What do we got? We've got 2, 4, 16, 18. I got 20 more rounds. Oh yeah, 30 minus 10, it would be 20, wouldn't it? So I'll put 10 in each of these mags. We'll fire up the rest of what we got here. And then we will go take a look at that gong. And then I gotta head home before my wife starts calling me. Yeah, some of these rounds are a little bit discolored, but I don't see any real corrosion. And so far, they've been functioning perfectly. I didn't check these with a magnet. I'm pretty sure these are lead core with a copper washed mild steel jacket. Alright, let's fire 20 more rounds and then we'll pack it up and go home. This breeze isn't helping my accuracy at all, but at 200 yards with 308, it shouldn't make, the 7.62 by 51, it shouldn't make much of a difference. It certainly doesn't seem to be making much of a difference. Wow, that really rang. Yeah, I'm on it now. That was a miss. That was a miss. That was not. Recoil's not bad out of this either. I think that muzzle brake is really doing its job. I just lost one of my chains on my target. Do I feel like going out there and fixing them, or should I just cut this video short? Well, let's keep shooting it until it falls off the chains entirely. Oh, I missed it that time. Let's see. Alright, I think we'll wrap it up here. I did manage to hit it once hanging off of one chain, but I don't want to beat up my chains any more than I have to. That was what, 30 rounds? No, that was 20 rounds. I think that's a good enough proving of the rifle. It seems to be running fine. I see all my brass has ejected just about where it should have. Not that that means a whole lot, but the rifle seems to be working fine. I'm glad I finally got a chance to shoot it. Let's go take a look at that steel plate, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later, guys. So I hung the plate back up so you could see it. There's one hit on the back from when after the chain let loose. But once I figured out where to hold, I did have a fair number of misses. I was aiming down here. Most of my 20 shots did impact the plate in this quadrant. There's a whole pile. It looks like there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds piled in here. So I'm assuming this is about where I'm shooting. These are probably me. We'll see. But I think for a completely unproven rifle and a scope that I didn't bother sighting in at all, at 200 yards, you can see the shooting position over there. I think that's not too shabby. I'm pretty happy. We will definitely be doing more with this rifle, and I'll be doing a more in-depth look at the rifle, and we'll be shooting at paper and everything like that coming up, so stay tuned.